following is a production of Watlington Shires and Pierce Productions.
Everybody, welcome to this broadcast here. Is we're going to early start, 6 p.m. They changed it up on us, Chris Walker. Yeah, it's supposed to be 7 o'clock, 7:30.
Let everybody know that if they wait till 7 o'clock, they'll be about early second half by then.
Yeah, that's right.
Good, important game with the Sabine Cardinals. The last time they played, it was a double overtime 3-2 squeaker.
Yeah.
Both of these teams have playoffs in their mind. We'll hear from Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and we'll be right back and sum it up for you.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Center has the new and used vehicles that you're looking for. If your vehicle needs service, stop by WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com and get your service appointment, and also shop online. Then come on down and let the guys make a great deal for you. And our knowledgeable staff will not let you leave without knowing everything about your new or used vehicle. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram supports all the students of the Piney Woods.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home. For all of your glass-related needs, it's Center Glass.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Wright Chrysler Dodge pregame here, live from the ranch. We get ready to have a coin flip in the moment.
The JBA Financial Coach moment. We don't have an interview, but Miss Alvarado here knows stuff. She's the only other person in the booth, and she said there's so much wind today that really makes a difference. And I guess it would if you're trying to kick a 30 or 40 yard lob. The wind is today, that's going to cut 5-6 yards off of it, and it's the wind. She says the forecast is for a greater wind by the second half. So right now that coin toss is important, because if assuming they know the weather forecast, they're going to want the wind behind their back in the second half. So that's one of those things you can't really prepare for. It's just a coaching moment right here. All right, we're going to kind of get you square for the game. We'll be right back with the kickoff. We'll have that kickoff intro. Welcome everybody to Piney Woods and NetSN coverage of Rough Rider Soccer. Tonight, live from the ranch, Rough Rider Stadium, the Riders take on the Sabine Cardinals. Let's take a look at the Rough Rider season. In district, they've only had 3 losses, a successful campaign, one against Kilgore, one against Henderson, and against Pine Tree, and they've also won against Henderson and Pine Tree. But when they played Sabine, they won in double overtime. We're expecting a close one tonight against the Cardinals, who've also lost to Pine Tree and Kilgore and Henderson. They've also lost in that overtime to the Rough Riders, and they have Henderson on their schedule Friday. Both teams looking at the playoffs. It's the Rough Riders. That's the Sabine Cardinals. The Rough Riders looking at playoff seeding. We'll have the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff next. Well, we appreciate Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep for bringing us the pregame show. And now that Shelby Savings Bank is bringing us the opening kick, Shelby Savings Bank's bringing some bad news. As you can see, the Riders are going left to right towards the school. That's the way the wind's blowing, right? It's blowing behind their back in the first half. So that's good. We get the wind, but the bad news is in the second half we won't, when the wind's supposed to be a little greater. So there's the kickoff, and we're underway. Hopefully the Riders can get a lead in the first half. That's going to be critical as we are underway. I will also be your cameraman here at the beginning as we get ready to get our bigger camera set up. The early start threw us a curveball as well. Ball going along there. What do you call that? The tent?
Yeah, we
need a name for that.
I know we've got a tent. We got a flag. Look, Wellington, you were out of town, but you missed a thoroughly dominant performance by the Rough Riders on Friday night against Tatum. Oh, nice tackle. And here we go. The Riders can see if they can put some pressure on. The passing, you'll just be impressed with the Rough Riders' ability to pass. What she's going to kick it to the middle there, then they're going to get it back. And ideally, now they're going to try to get it over. Coach talked about Sabine may have a little tougher back line than what we saw with Tatum, who was just really young team. Here we go. See, the Riders are just constant pressure and attack.
And right now that wind is not that big an issue. It's kind of settled down. It was blowing everywhere early. Okay, Sabine with a
shot here. They're going to – oh, nice. Oh, great defense by our goalie there. That was a scary – that was an open look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first kick to the left of the net didn't seem too dangerous, but a player came over to the right of the net, had a shot, just a really good goalie play.
So Sabine with the first threat with a really good shot. They're about to get a second one here. Riders back line's able to defend that. Like you said, Wellington, this was a close match first time around, as these matches always seem to be.
Yeah, Center and Sabine have played some. I mean, there's not really a rivalry between the two schools except for in the soccer realm. And
well, it's probably the only sport we play them in.
That's right. Maybe basketball or softball during a tournament or something.
Yeah. But Coach talked about it during the what would you call it? I call it the finale of the Rick Meek show. What's the final one called?
Yeah, the series finale.
The series finale of the Rick Meek show. I think the wind may be blowing. I think it's blowing to. Well, I'm not sure which way it's blowing because I don't know how it would blow the window, the door open. But I think it is blowing to the south.
Yeah, it just gusted up for sure.
But during the series finale, look at that. You see the wind just picked that up. This is dangerous. Or a good play again by our goalie. That's two good plays. He talked about the fact that Sabine, because of their proximity to both Tyler and Longview, they're kind of in between there on the interstate,
right,
that the players from Sabine, even though they're a smaller school, they have the ability to travel to both those two places and get some additional instruction that you may not see.
Same way it is with our tennis folks that are taking on schools from that part of the state. A little bit of private instruction. And Center's defense making it difficult.
Yeah, but so far I think you got to give the edge so far to Sabine on the. They've really had a couple of chances at a goal here. The Riders really haven't yet. What's interesting, you see a lot of teams will, kick the ball, out of bounds, try to defend the goal, and or even create a corner kick. The Riders don't really do that. I noticed that the other night. They don't kick the ball out of bounds. There's a deep kick.
It's stolen by Sabine.
Cardinals heading back right to left.
Oh, there's gonna be a foul. Coach G's wanting a foul. Let's see if we got one. I've got our roster here somewhere, Wellington. I've got to remember if I packed it up, if I left it here for us to review.
I did you a favor too. I made sure that we all had copies of the Tatum roster.
Nice.
Yeah. I was real proud of that since we're not playing the Eagles.
Well, it came in real handy last Friday. Well, but it's coming in about as handy as the roster for the Rough Riders that I left here for us.
Rough Riders finally have it in the Sabine end. They didn't keep it live long as their goalie traps it and is ready to kick it on. Most of the game spent with the Riders playing defense.
Not what we want. We want to be attacking. We want to be putting the pressure on. Got a few folks coming in. We had a good crowd here Friday night.
It helps when you have a JV game, a girls game, and kind of a build-up. This was just a cold start from a Tuesday right after work, trying to get here at 6 o'clock, not easy.
We'll see if folks filter on in as the match gets underway.
Center looked like they were about to mount an attack. Sudden change of direction from the Sabine defense. Then center wrested control, kicked it deep, and Sabine has done the same thing. First 8 minutes of the game, no score. One serious threat from Sabine.
Oh, 1.5. They had another kind of shot, but one I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be a score. But our goalie did an excellent job.
Let's see, right there about the 40s where center player throws it in. Off the head and shoulders of Sabine, but center gets it back. Knocked away by the Sabine defense. There's a quick pause. We'll be right back. Piney Woods Sports and NetSN say thank you to our season-long sponsors who proudly support Center Soccer. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, new ownership, new services, same attention to quality. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumber yard. Just got back underway. Sabine kicked it. Center defense intercepted it, but before they could really mount a charge, Sabine has it again. And the Rough Rider end of the field. Good defensive pressure. As one of the Sabine players had a shot at it. Looks like a corner kick. Shires, is that the DQ corner kick or the? That's the Randy Collard, Dr. Collard corner kick. He's the three-point line in basketball. This is a. See how well we see this. It goes up. into the melee, knocked away by center. So the doctor called it a corner kick. Rough Riders escaped that one, but Sabine back on the attack now, and it's one-on-one. The goalie goes and changes the direction, and then the defenseman herded it on out of bounds. That was scary. But another really good defensive play. A very good goalie play inside the first 2 minutes. Preserved the 0-0 tie. Now down through the first 10 minutes of the game. Center got it to midfield. Sabine turned it back. And now center looks like they'll get it across midfield anyway. The Cardinals converge. Still moving it now to the corner. Gets around one defender. Big kick from about, the 25-yard line. So that had to go 35 yards. Not quite accurate enough. But it's the first real shot on goal of the game for the Riders here at getting close to the 28-minute mark. Good kick, about 60 yards. And Sabine wrests control of it with center defenders all over them. Center protects the midfield line. And we're in play. And it stopped. Sabine's ball going the other way. In to about the 40. Center defense converges, but their forward keeps it going. Big defensive kick way up high in the air. Lands close to midfield. And center kicked the ball back to their defenders and kind of lost it. And it became an issue for the goalie. Wouldn't really call that a shot on goal, but it was kind of close there. A little bit more action than the defense wanted. The kick out, and then the kick out of bounds. Let everybody know that the game started early. The varsity starts at 6 o'clock for a scheduled 7. There's a problem with the Sabine JV unable to make the trip. So we're already well into the first half. Surprise, surprise. A Cardinal and a Rough Rider wrestle the ball out of bounds on the far side about the 40. Looks like it will be center's ball, and they throw it in big. We'll do it again. A lot of that action right over there on the Sabine sideline. Big wind, enough to where it catches our screen and almost blows it out. That's how those gusts are. If it affects us in here, you know it affects the ball. Center, moving along the sideline, mounting an attack. A defensive Cardinal foot gets in the way. And see, the ball got way up in the air. I lost it for a moment, but it's Sabine getting it back way across to the center goalie. So it looked like they were in the middle of an attack. Sabine nullifies the attack back in center territory briefly, and ball sent over the over the tent. The wind-free zone. Ball goes out of bounds around the 10-yard line and Rough Rider into the field. We'll see who has control of it. They get a ball in from the end zone. Center's ball. Throw it into the goalie box, knocked away by Sabine, and that one never took root. Center has control for just long enough to get again back in Sabine territory. Another opportunity now for Center to mount one. Two big kicks in a row, basically battling even. And they get the ball into the goalie box. Goalie kicks it out, but has to hurry it, and the center still has a chance. Out of bounds as the Riders run to get it. Yeah, it took him a while. There he is, and throwing the ball in to the goalie box. And just no Rough Rider there to really take advantage. It's been in the Rough Rider end for quite a while now and will remain so for a little while longer. There you go. Rough Rider at about midfield. Pass it across the midfield line. Can they mount an attack? Going on the right-hand side of the net, kicks it in. The long pass knocked away. Knocking on wood for Rough Rider fans, but it looks like the momentum has swung. They throw the ball, or will throw the ball. I mean, they'll kick it with the ball around with the 0 of the 50. Sabine right to left. And Center gets the better of that one. The long kick downfield, a little bit beyond the streaking Rough Riders' foot. The Sabine goalie controls it, knocks it away. See, it's Center throwing the ball in from relatively near its own goal along the opponent's side, the far sideline. It goes right, it goes left. Both teams fighting to get control of it.
So far, it's kind of a defensive battle here.
It really has been. We're at the halfway point of the first half. The first quarter was pretty much owned by the Cardinals. Most of it spent in their end. Then the Riders did the second part of that half. In the next 10 minutes, they seemed to control the action, and here we are halfway through the half. At the true first quarter mark. 0-0 here in the second to the last district game for both these teams. They both are facing district leaders, Center with Kilgore to close out Friday. Sabine will go to Henderson. And those 4 teams, along with Pine Tree, are the contenders in the district. All right, Mr. Shires. Big kick. Penalty kick, too high, too much. And that gives us a chance to hear from Shelby Savings Bank. We'll be right back. At Shelby Savings Bank, the same thing that's true at the Selma Street location is true at the North Branch. It's where banking meets the smile. They're not just friendly tellers, they're your friendly tellers. And the smile on Manager Janet's face, it's contagious. When you say Shelby Savings Bank is your friendly hometown bank, well, you hit it right on the nose.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. With 19 minutes to go here in the first half. Sabine with a couple of shots on goal. Riders have had a couple shots, but nothing that looked...
No, not very promising.
Yeah. Kurt Haney threw balls. Let's see what we can do here.
Throwing it into the action, taken away by Sabine. Defense center all over it.
Yeah. You know, seems like the Rough Riders pretty much have the number one spot in the smaller bracket lined up, because it looks like both Pine Tree and Kilgore will come in as the big schools. Now, and I think it'd be very difficult for Sabine or Henderson to catch. I'm sorry, Sabine or Henderson to catch Center at this point. But between Sabine and Henderson, that is the other playoff spot at stake, and I think these games are very important to those two teams.
Center looked like they were mounting something. It was broken up. So a threat averted by the Sabine defense. Yeah, if you were paying attention during the fall, all the UIL and playoffs work just like they always do. But once we got to the spring sports, everything's different. What? Rough Riders goalie had to go out and make a play there. You have districts, and a lot of them are pretty big. They have schools of a lot varying size. None any more than soccer, where you have a Pine Tree and a Tenaha in the same district. Just not quite as many teams. But then once the district's over, the 2 largest schools go and play in their state tournament. The 2 smallest schools that qualify go play in theirs. Center looks like it's going to be the first seed in the smaller bracket. It's not guaranteed, but that's what it looks like.
I think it's still theoretically possible. I don't think Center can be knocked out of the playoffs. I think there's some mathematical chance, but I think it's very small.
Okay.
I think we're pretty much in that spot. And so what we're playing for, though, is there's still an outside shot at the district championship. If we can take care of Sabine this evening, that sets up a match with Kilgore. The coach would have to tell us how the points line up.
Because soccer is figured different than any other sport.
Style points matter. How bad you beat somebody matters to some level.
Mm-hmm. And the way I understand,
there we go. The officials were letting them play pretty physical. They called a foul there, so we had a Chris Mayfield free kick. Uh-oh. What we got now? Is it going to be a penalty kick or a free kick? It's going to be a free kick from the.
It's a legitimate opportunity here for Sabine.
Yep.
14:51 to go. Is this the Chris Mayfield free kick? Or
Yes.
Chris Mayfield State Farm. It's a free throw for basketball. The free kick
Right.
for soccer. And let's see what happens.
That's what they try to. If he tries to bend it in, if he's going to pass it, you have different strategies here. And he tries to drive it in, but it's almost like being on a firing squad.
That's right. Yeah, I'll put my face in the way. And I'm hearing some "come on, ref" from the crowd.
We played. I mean, Tatum was a big burly group of guys. Some guys like they belong on a rugby team, and there was it was a much more physical play, and the Riders were matched with physicality. And they're coming out here. So now we're gonna have another free kick, and this is definitely gonna try to bend this one in. Oh, he's got a man. He's got two. They just missed. Whew. That's scary, Wallington. They had two guys right there.
Yeah, that's probably the closest there's been to a score since within the first 2 minutes when Sabine mounted an attack, a really good goalie play, stopped it. It's like the two teams are trading 10 minutes of offensive superiority. Center spent from about the 30-minute to the 20-minute period mainly in Sabine's end of the field. Sabine's done that since. And in the first 10 minutes, time for Center to try and get that back. So far, if this were a boxing match, Sabine would be ahead on points. But it ain't.
Nice steal. Oh.
They got through the defense. Yep. Good sliding defensive move.
Yeah, it's called a tackle, Chris.
A little questionable there on that.
No, that's part of the play. It's hard for us to figure out where the line is between what is a good tackle and what's a foul.
I know that whenever there is a tackle, one side of the bleachers cries foul, and the other side celebrates a good play. I know that.
Yep.
Center gets it across the line now.
But you wonder how 4 goals were scored the first time they played in regulation.
Right.
Oh, there's a nice but there's nobody there.
Getting close to the 10-minute mark. Center trying to mount an attack. Ball moving towards the goal. Really no way to get anything definite set up. And knocked away from the center. Trying to keep it to the right of the 50-yard line.
Have some fans out there getting into it.
Yeah. Okay. Brief pause in play. Looks like Sabine will be. Center's going to be kicking the ball in.
Look at that. Look at the wind catch that. You see that?
Yeah, just stood it right up. Trying to move it. Good ball handling by the Cardinals until the center defense finally gets in the way, and they're heading back. Sabine stopped it, paused it, across the midfield line.
Oh, there's a scrum. And a takedown, a 3-point takedown.
Center player arguing his point. Sabine player a little slow to get up. But it will be going Sabine's way.
Free kick from the 41 is with the.
Okay.
We got to kind of hold it in place. Deep kick.
I lost it. What happened, Shaw?
No. Much still more of the same.
The haze is beginning to fall.
Yeah.
On a weird weather day that began with huge wind and rain and then settled into huge wind and sun. And now at the evening, a little huge wind and fog.
Guess we need a little sleet and hail, and we'll complete the.
As long as it's with huge wind. Centered.
Oh, here we go. See if we can get it centered, we'll take a shot. It's going to go
Just beyond. Shires, that gives us a chance to hear from somebody. From Andrews
Nope.
Construction.
Got,
Nope, not quite enough.
You have the extra ball.
Oh, man. They're paying too much attention for us to play any sponsors. At halftime, we're going to reinstate the JBA financial investment, Shires. I'm going to go down with my phone, and I'm either going to get Martinez or Omar Barsanias. He's a player, but he's hurt and he's unable to compete. He's a senior, and it's just killing him. So I thought, well, if I can't get Coach, I'll get Omar. But we'll hear from the sideline as we go to halftime here in a few minutes. In fact, I'm gonna head that way when we get to the 4-minute mark.
All right.
Big question is, will it be a 0-0 tie at halftime, or one of these teams going to break open the scoreboard? Center's gotten the ball down.
At this rate, it's like if you can put 2 goals on the board, that might be enough.
I think so. Big kick that bounces way away. But next ball ready to go. No long pause there.
Under 6 minutes to play. You can hear the wind too.
Yeah, it is a factor, but not consistently. It just gusts up. The struggle to get it in position, and then once it's in position, you have to have the players ready. So they have the ball down there. A center player with the kick, and it's off the left-hand post.
Oh my!
That's by
my!
far the closest one. That was what? half foot.
Yeah.
Got the assistant superintendent, Jake Pele Henson,
He
has
was
just come in. A legendary soccer player on the baseball field.
Yep.
Center fans, center sideline, incensed about something.
Right, they felt there was a foul. That would have been a penalty kick.
Instead, it's kicked right to left, and I'm going to head down with my phone. And
All right.
you just hook yours up, and I'll give you a call when I get an interview.
Sounds good. So Rough Riders with a near goal there. Chris Watson will head down. Then he'll get the interview. Then he's got some business to attend to for about 30 minutes. And then he'll be back for the conclusion of this one. You see him headed down there. Gonna be another Dr. Collard corner kick here for the Rough Riders. And we'll do it again. Big scrum in there. And the Riders are going to come away with a goal. So with 2 minutes and 23 seconds, the Riders strike first. They've done a really good job in the games that we've covered making those corner kicks count. And they do once again. So Riders up 1-0. Riders are going to throw in. Riders a throw in from the end zone. And there we go. We'll see if the Riders can add one. That should be Sabine Ball, maybe. I'm not sure. Looks like it's not going to be. The Riders are going to be able to throw it in again. So under a minute here. Have a throw in. Ball's going to go out of bounds. That should do it, folks, for the first quarter. I'm sorry, for the first quarter. For the first half, we'll come down here. We got Chris Wallington. Let's see about he's going to get an interview with. All right, Chris Wallington.
We are down at about the 50-yard line. See us?
Oh, yeah, we see you. Go.
Okay.
With our
Here we
JBA
go.
Financial.
Well, almost tied the score there at halftime, Omar, but tell me what kind of game this is. It seems like two very good defensive teams.
They're just playing really aggressive and grabbing us by the club shirts and all that, pulling us down. They're playing really rough. We're just matching the energy as well.
Is it, I hear a lot of complaining in the stands.
Yeah.
Is it maybe too rough?
No, it's because the refs aren't calling it. Because earlier, number 10 pulled down 11 on our team, and the ref ain't even called it.
So if that's the way the game's going to be, that's the way it'll be in the second half.
Yeah.
Tell me about the wind. How big a factor is that as far as you've been able to hear people say?
I mean, the wind does help the other team because it's blowing on our side. So if they're to get a free kick, it'll go further and faster.
We get that on the second half, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's good news.
Yeah.
Okay, 1-0, and boy, right there at the end, I don't know if you could hear it up where we were, Shires, but the kick from Spring Hill went bam, bam. There was the kick, there was the goalie hitting it, and then the buzzer, all within a second.
Huh.
It was almost a tie game, but it wasn't. Omar, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
That's our JBI Financial Investment, brought to you by JBA Financial. We'll kick it back up to you, Mr. Shires.
All right. And we're back, folks. So we're going to hear from a couple sponsors. When we come back, it will be the Farmers Bank halftime show here live on NetSN.
You're watching Pineywood Sports and NetSN's coverage of Center Rough Rider Soccer. Tonight, the Riders look to continue their drive to the playoffs as they host the Sabine Cardinals live from Rough Rider Stadium. Pineywood Sports and NetSN say thank you to our season-long sponsors who proudly support Center Soccer. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, new ownership, new services, same attention to quality. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumberyard. The following sponsors back all of our area teams, including the Rough Riders, all winter long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Hope Medical, providing quality medical care, also provides hope. Portacool, home of the new Apex Series fans. Pizzeria, the taste of a generation. Sandy Cox State Farm. Sandy Cox is your good neighbor. And Diamond Bees Cafe and Coffee, made fresh every day for you. These sponsors are all proud of the Rough Riders.
Everybody, welcome to the Farmer State Bank halftime show. Here's time for our East Texas Automotive halftime analysis. And you heard the JBA Financial Investment analysis from down on the field, where it seems like there's Rough Riders trying to be physical, but they're getting called for the fouls, and then the wind, is having some effect. But we should be able to take advantage of that, because we're going to have the win with us in the second half. And, of course, this game was largely a defensive battle. Early on, Sabine had the upper hand with a couple shots on goal, one of which looked sure like it was going in, but we got an amazing play by our goalie to keep the point off the board, and then just a lot of back and forth, and then the Riders have a shot that bounces off the sidebar, just literally 6 inches away, but they end up getting a goal in that possession after a couple of corner kicks. They were able to get it, ping-pong it in almost like on a pinball machine, and into that big scrum in the middle, and the Riders were able to put it in. And you heard from Chris Watling at the end of the second half, right as the time was about to expire, Sabine gets a shot off, but it misses. So with that, the Rough Riders have a 1-0 lead here over Sabine in this very important match for both teams. We'll hear from Farmers Bank along with a couple of other sponsors, and we'll get ready to wrap it up as we only have 4.5 minutes before the second half starts. This is the Farmers State Bank halftime show live here on NetSN.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
The following Rough Rider sponsors backed Piney Woods teams throughout the regular season and the playoffs. Andrews Construction for building, reconstruction, and painting. Tomlin Insurance Store, let the Snyders improve your coverage. And Bird Forestry, helping industry manage nature. All these sponsors back the Rough Rider basketball and soccer programs.
All right, so it's time now for our Ray Jones Chevrolet keys to the second half. So as we get ready, obviously the Rough Riders are going to have to continue to try to put pressure on Sabine and try to get, with goals being a premium tonight, they could eke out another goal or two. That should be enough to get it done, as both teams are playing really good defensive soccer out here this evening. But, we come in, Riders got to do a better job, I think, of attacking once they get the ball past that midfield. I think Sabine's back line has done a really good job in general of shutting down and stuffing down the Rider attacks. So we're going to see about doing that. And then Rough Riders, and the Rough Rider back line needs to make sure they play a little bit tighter, because we've had a couple of shots there where our goalie has really took our Tushy out of the fire here with a couple just really good plays. I'll be curious, because I'm going to nominate him if we continue on and we win this sucker. I'm really going to have to look at the goalie as the player of the game, because he's really made a couple of really incredible plays down there. So got a minute 18 to go here to start the second half. We'll hear from Farmers Bank, and we'll close out the halftime show when we come back. It'll be the second half kickoff right after this.
The rich tradition of Farmers State Bank. In 1904, a handful of investors put up $25,000. From that initial investment, imagine the generations of lives that have been touched by Farmers State Bank. Piney Woods Sports and NetSN say thank you to our season-long sponsors who proudly support Center Soccer. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, new ownership, new services, same attention to quality. And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumber yard.
All right, here we go. Get ready to start the second half. Riders will have the kickoff and could possess the ball. Waiting for the officials to give us the signal to start. And we're off. We'll see. Oh, here come the Riders with an immediate attack. Flores, the maestro, tried to make a move, and he was being unsuccessful. Here we go. We'll see how much the wind factor plays into this and how much of an advantage that will give the Rough Riders. So Sabine on the attack. You heard Coach G barking out orders. There was something he wanted. Two and a half minutes gone here. Most of the action has been in favor of the Riders. Oh. And the Riders they're going to get a call here. And Riders will have Chris Mayfield State Farm free kick from the 15-yard line. So this will be a scoring opportunity here for the Rough Riders. Just over the top. Good try. Going to lead to a corner kick here for the Rough Riders. They're able to capitalize on a quarter kick scenario last time to get their goal. Keeps up its weight. It's a little bit high. 34.5 minutes to go here. Getting the Riders up 1-0. Got low kick. Obviously, you need to do that to keep it out of the air because the wind will knock it down. Going out of bounds. Will be a throw in by the Cardinals. Oh, going to have an offsides. So Riders a free kick from the 20-yard line. See if we can really slam this one. Wind really picking up here. Riders going to throw in. All right, Sabine with a chance. Nice defense there by the Rough Riders. Great defense by the back line there for the Rough Riders. That might have a chance to be a good shot on goal, but it was intercepted, so they're going to throw in. Sabine on an extended attack, but we steal it. Be a turnover. Rider ball. We've played 10 minutes here in the second half. And the score remains 1-0. But Sabine has put some attacks on. gotta feel like if the Riders can put another one on the board and go up 2-0, that'll make it very difficult for the Sabine Cardinals here. Excuse me. And there's the Chris Mayfield State Farm free kick. There's a through ball, but the Riders are able to defend it. Have some mighty gusts of wind. It's really shaking the press box here at times. Riders with a chance here, but Sabine's able to deflect it. It's a pretty good kick there, given the way the wind was gusting. But it's going to be out of bounds. This should be Rider ball. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Sabine will throw in. Wind's just playing havoc with the ball out there right now. Good defensive play by the Rough Riders. Don't think that was a corner kick. I think it should be a throw in. What are they going to call it? It was right there, right in the middle area, right in the gray area. Yeah, looks like they're going to call it a corner kick. So see if Sabine can Riders at least temporarily defend it. And they are able to. Oh. Very close, but no cigar. Sabine fans were excited there for a moment. Looked very scary. It's like three or four situations where Sabine almost will score a goal, but not quite. But Sabine, again, they have done the majority of the attacking here over the last 10 minutes. If we keep giving them shots, they're eventually going to get one in. Been so close. Such good defense by the Rough Riders. But got to eliminate that. We can't let them keep having these shots. Coming yet another corner kick coming here for the Cardinals. The Riders so far have escaped the consequences of these things. It looks like they're going to get it out of there again. Nice play by the Riders. Here they come. Riders on the attack. Rebuffed. Rough Riders going to have a throw in over here. It's in. Well, we're in what would be the fourth quarter as we are under 20 minutes to go here. Actually, under 19 minutes to go. Riders still nursing a 1-goal lead here. Riders had a couple of opportunities just in the last minute, but really the last part of this half has been dominated by Sabine. Fans are calling for a penalty. Yeah, it looks like they may get one. So they're going to do a free kick here from the 5-yard line right in front of the goal. So out of bounds. So Sabine fans, something to cheer for. They've really had the upper hand here for the majority of the half, but have not been able to capitalize. Got to feel like the Riders could put one more in the net. That would be almost insurmountable. All right, the Riders get a chance they can get it centered up. Oh, there it is. There's a pass, and it's good. Boy, that's how you draw it up. Coach G's got to like that one. That's exactly how that play was designed to work, and it worked to perfection. So at the 17-minute and 9-second mark, the Riders are going to go up 2-0. This puts Sabine in a real bind, folks. See if the Riders can capitalize on the momentum. They have a penalty on the Rough Riders. Sabine will have a free kick from about the 47, 46-yard line. Go stop at your play. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
So you know about Tomlin Insurance Store and the services that Matt, Mallory, and Gracie provide.
Yep, they're fine people.
Yeah, but you need to focus on the services. Life, home, and auto, but also farm.
Tractors and ATVs.
And recreation.
Motorcycles and boats and golf carts and snowmobiles if you're Looney Tune crazy.
And they work with the nationally known Progressive brand. I guess you know those folks.
Looney Tune crazy.
It's okay. Your folks are Matt and Mallory Snyder at Tomlin Insurance Store.
All right. And here we go with it. Sabine's going to have a free kick. It's going to sail harmlessly out of bounds off the back line. So Riders take over 16 minutes and start the clock. So 16 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. Until under 16 minutes to go. Riders up 2-0. Should have Mr. Wallington back here in the next few minutes. Oh, we're going to get no penalty called there. Riders going to throw it in. See if they can put some pressure on this and get an insurance goal here. Maybe a JBI insurance go. Joe Bill much all your insurance. Nice defensive play there by the Rough Riders. All right, here go the Riders. We have a chance. Thought we had a through ball there, but we had guys get back. Under 15 minutes to go here in the ball game, or the match, if you will, and Riders up 2-0. Riders have a substitution. And the throw in. Oh, nice move for the Riders so they can capitalize. Get to the middle. Oh, he just missed. Oh, my. Oh, I thought that was going to be the JBI insurance goal that would have put this one out of reach. But not to be had. But, man, that was a nice shot. Nice pass in there, too. Oh, they're going to say it went out of bounds. Riders defense has generally done a better job here in the second half. So we're going to have a penalty kick here. Second goal starting to look more and more important. If we get that third goal, even better. But we'll see if Sabine can get on the scoreboard here with a penalty kick. And they're able to. That makes it 2-1. With 11 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the ball game. Riders still have the lead. And away we go. So again, the Rough Riders still have a lead, but it's an uncomfortable lead. Only one goal. So Sabine that still has plenty of time. Milking the clock there. Oh, my. There's a chance. Oh, the goalie tried to kick it, and he kicked it straight up. Looked like Chris Waltington trying to punt the football. The Riders could not take advantage. All right, Riders will throw in here. They quickly get it in. Should lead to a Rider corner kick. And our corner kick's brought to you by Dr. Randy Collard. Under 9 minutes here to play now. Riders nursing a 1-goal lead. Ball is still alive. So, Sabine will have a free kick from the 20-yard line. It was a very suspenseful match all of a sudden. Riders had a 2-0 lead. And Sabine's able to shrink it to a 1-goal lead with a penalty kick, and now we have a free kick from the 20. Oh. Riders defend that. About to go under 7 minutes. We'll be under 7 minutes by the time we kick this ball. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
You're watching Pineywood Sports and NetSN's coverage of Center Rough Riders soccer.
Tonight, the Riders look to continue their drive to the playoffs as they host.
We're back in play. Oh, nice play by the goalie again. Sabine making a ferocious attempt. Here they're going to get it in and try to center it up for another shot. And it's a corner kick, and that's going to go wide. Whew. I'm telling you, I mean, Sabine has, they've used a lot of energy here to try, over the last couple minutes, to try to tie this thing up. And the Riders, again, a tremendous stop by the Rider goalie. He's had several just tremendous saves here this evening. So about to go under the 4-minute mark here. Riders hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Here go the Riders have a chance here. Nice defense for the back line for Sabine. Now the ball gets away. The wind has kicked up once again and is really shaking the press box. Well, we have 2.5 minutes to go. See if the Riders can hang on here. Oh, there should be a penalty, hopefully. minute 43 to go. And the official calls for the run the clock. "90 seconds to go, folks." Oh my. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Piney Woods Sports and NetSN say thank you to our season-long sponsors who proudly support Center Soccer. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, new ownership, new services, same attention to quality. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumberyard.
All right. So minute 19 seconds to go here. We have Chris Mayfield State Farm free kick from the 40-yard line. So we'll see what Sabine has in their bag of tricks. We have 79 seconds to go. And Ron winding the clock. Ryder's back, playing good defense. Riders need to take their time. They can run another 10, 15 seconds off this clock. Ouch. I think that was to the face. 37 seconds to go. That's tough to take one to the face and the ball still is in the. All right, so we've got 10 seconds to go here. Another quick stoppage of play. This should hopefully be the last one. And there we go. The final 10 seconds. We'll see. And that's going to do it, folks. Riders are going to come away with the victory. 2-1. What a tough, hard-fought victory that is. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have our Aurora Concepts post-game show hopefully with Chris Wallington back here right after this.
You're watching Piney Woods Sports and NetSN's coverage of Center Rough Rider Soccer. Tonight, the Riders look to continue their drive to the playoffs as they host the Sabine Cardinals live from Rough Rider Stadium. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Hope Community Medicine is a nonprofit faith initiative with the primary mission of providing quality health care to the people of East Texas, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, or ability to pay. At Hope Community Medicine, they want to be the leading deep East Texas care provider recognized for their outstanding patient care, innovative technologies, programs, and medicines, as well as a highly motivated and distinguished staff. Hope Community Medicine, founded in faith, focused on family.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Aurora Concepts post-game show live here from NetSN. We see Coach down on the field talking to the officials. Time for Wyndham Family Bill, something to smile about. And what a huge, hard-fought victory for the Rough Riders here. That second goal was just amazing that we scored. It turned to be the game-winning goal. And it's just fun to watch these guys. We know Sabine's always going to play us tough. We're always going to have a big challenge when we play those guys. So we're curious to see who Coach brings up here this evening for our player of the game. We'll talk to him in our JBA Financial Coach Talk, hopefully coming up here soon. Before we do all that, we're going to hear from Aurora Concepts, which brings us our post.
Excuse me there, son. I'm new to town, and I only have one tooth in my head. Where do I go to get it repaired?
Oh, you're looking for Wyndham Family Dentistry. Clayton Paul, Anna Joy, Danny Paul, any of the Wyndhams will fix you up.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Everybody, welcome back to the Aurora Concepts post-game show. Time for a little recap. The action, it was it was a huge defensive battle. Both goalies making big plays. Rough Rider goalie making several big plays to keep the score 0-0. But finally at the 2-minute and 37-second mark of the first half, the Riders are able to take advantage of a series of corner kicks, and they are able to get a goal to go up 1-0. Right at the end of the half, Sabine makes a push and as a close call almost gets a goal, but they are unsuccessful. So it is 1-0 at the half. In the second half, the Riders come out, and again, they start strong, but then Sabine dominates a good chunk of the second half. But the Riders do get a play off where it was where they got it down to the left-hand side of the goal, able to find a streaking Rider coming down the middle and punched it in for the 2-0 lead. Then midway through the second half, or probably 2/3 way through the second half, Riders commit a foul down right on just to the left of the goal, just right outside the goal, and that led to a penalty kick for which Sabine was able to successfully complete, and that made the score 2-1. And then Sabine comes down, and the Riders had a couple extra shots, but Sabine had one dead-on shot that our goalie just stepped in and made a huge play to, in my opinion, to save the game, or at least to keep us in the lead. And that's what happens. We're here from a couple folks. I don't know if Coach can be able to make it up here or not this evening. We understand he's got business to take care of, so we'll hear from a couple more sponsors, and then if we can get him up here, we will. If not, we'll wrap up the show.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. a legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center. JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future. Hey, basketball fans. If you want to plan your next getaway around quality East Texas hunting, then Wiggins Hunting Lodge is a place for you. Quality white-tailed deer hunting experience, or whatever your gathering needs, perfect for bridal or corporate events. Want to get away? Come to Wiggins Hunting Lodge between Mount Enterprise and Timpson.
Everybody, welcome back to our final segment of the post-game show here tonight. The Riders sweep the Sabine Cardinals here in their district play with a 2-1 victory here. They won in double overtime 3-2 up in Sabine. So the Rough Riders have got one district game left, and that is a trip to Kilgore on Friday to play the Bulldogs. And we'll get an interview with the coach for our pregame show where we will set out the stakes in that ball game. But again, so the Rough Riders follow up a dominating victory over Tatum with a hard-fought win here tonight against the Sabine Cardinals. This is the counselor, Stephen Shires, saying thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to Chris Wellington, who was here for the first half of the game. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all Friday night up in the oil town of Kilgore, Texas. Just remember, anything you do this week, make it nothing but net.
The proceeding was a presentation of Watlington, Shires, and Pierce Productions. We hope you have an awesome and blessed night. God bless America. God bless our troops.